House Bill 99.
Sorry, Mr. Chairman. House Bill 99 is a bill that simply takes off the repealer of a law that we had a repealer in to try to see how it worked. What it does is it allows IHL to manage the construction projects, and that has been has proven to be a great thing to give them flexibility to look at those construction projects with that. So that's a simple explanation of the bill. It also corrects in here some grammatical errors I think that we had. So that's an explanation. Happy to take questions.
Any questions on the bill? Senator Blunt for a question.
Senator Burrow, this is just extending the repealer on current law. It doesn't make any changes. Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I believe it's eliminating the repealer, but
Yes.
okay. Any other questions? Seeing none for a motion.
Aye.
Motion is title sufficient do pass. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. That bill will be reported out. Next, House Bill 961. This is the repealer extension on tax credits for certain charges used in port and airport facilities. Extends it out to 2028 of the current existing program. Are there any questions? Seeing none for a motion. Motion is title sufficient do pass. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. That bill will be reported out. Next is House Bill 964, a similar bill extending the repealer on Mississippi Business Finance Corporation, extends it out to 2028. Are there any questions on the bill? Seeing none for a motion. Motion is title sufficient do pass. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. That bill will be reported out. Next is House Bill 965, or excuse me, it's in the strike. Okay, excuse me. We're going to skip House Bill 965 because it is actually the language is in another House bill. We'll be taking up the bottom of the calendar. So we'll go to House Bill 970. This is the sales tax exemption extension for Camp Kamasa. This goes to 2028 as well. I believe that's the extension on the line 341 takes extension of the tax exemption to 2028. That's an explanation of the bill. Are there any questions? Seeing none for a motion. Motion is title sufficient do pass. All those in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. Next is House Bill 972. This extends the repealer on the tax credits for water transportation enterprises to 2029. That is the explanation of the House bill. Are there any questions? Seeing none for a motion. Motion is title sufficient to pass. All those in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. That bill will be reported out. Okay. Next is House Bill 1201. This is purpose is to address some of the problems with blighted tax forfeited properties so they can be redeveloped and put back into productive use and back on the tax rolls. There are properties all over the state that are tax forfeited and fall deeper and deeper into blight because the state has never been able to maintain all these properties. So we're trying to do something to address that. And it becomes a drain on the communities all across our state. There are about 1,900 of them in the city of Jackson alone. House Bill 1201 provides an incentive to developers to redevelop the blighted tax forfeited residential and commercial properties. Section 1 deals with the state level. It's state, basically a tax credit that they are eligible to get up to 25% of the eligible rehab spend. And they can take a 75% credit as a rebate. It's a minimum of a $50,000 on residential and $100,000 spend on commercial. And they can't claim the credit or rebate until the home is sold to an individual or commercial space is leased or sold. Section 2 deals with the city and county as part of their, right now, there is no ad valorem coming on the property, but it gives an assessed, on the newly assessed increased value up to 5 years, they can get back up to 25% of the eligible rehab spend on the property. There are some more things that we're trying to work out with the Secretary of State's office and some on this bill. So we'll propose a reverse repealer to go into the bill to continue working on it, but I think it's a good start in trying to address some of the issues with blighted property around our state. I'll be happy to yield for any questions. Seeing none, for motion for a reverse repealer. All right. Motion is adopted, reverse repealer. All those in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. Any further questions on the bill? Seeing none, for a motion. Motion is title sufficient to pass as amended. All those in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. A bill will be reported out. Next, House Bill 1284. Recognize Senator Chazanal to explain the bill.
Thank you, Mr. President, Mr. Chairman. This is similar to the bill that we passed from the Senate. The difference in the House bill is that the annual fees for a Class 5 craft distillery permit are determined by volume. The House bill sets the fee at $300 per 1,000 gallons. The House bill caps the fee at $3,000. The Senate bill uses the same price per gallon but doesn't set a cap. So under the Senate bill, after producing 15,000 gallons per year, a craft distillery would be paying more than for a Class 1 large distillery fee. So this is why the House bill is important, and I suggest that we adopt this bill.
Okay. Are there any questions on the bill?
1284.
Senator Phillingham for a question.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just curious on line 2164, if I'm on the right version of this. I'm wondering why we would allow the craft distillery or the native distillery to sell beverages produced by other suppliers. I understand why you'd want to allow them to sell their own product because they're a native distillery and they're producing their own, but it seems a little, I don't know, interesting that they would also want to sell someone else's beverages at their tasting room. I was just curious.
21, what'd you say, 2164?
Show how much better their stuff is.
If I can remember, I believe that we were allowing them to bring some things in from other producers that would enhance their products. I don't think it's a matter of selling other products. I think it's bringing in materials which would allow them to improve their product. For example, we had a native wines bill some years back, which was dealing with fruit, and I believe we were allowing them to bring 40% grape juice from California to improve the product. So I believe that's the circumstance here.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right. Any further questions on the bill? Seeing none for a motion.
Title sufficient to pass.
Motion is title sufficient to pass. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. Next is House Bill 1341. This is the repealer on the Mississippi Healthcare Industry Zone Act. What you have is a committee sub, which is the Senate language. I believe Senator Bryan had offered a amendment committee to extend it for 1 year, and that's what we adopted. So that's what the proposed committee sub does. It just brings the Senate language back into the bill, where we will take a look at it over this year off season and come back with some recommendations on the program, the Healthcare Industry Zone Act. Are there any questions on the proposed committee sub? Seeing none for a motion. Motion is title sufficient to pass as amended. All those in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. And last bill is House Bill 1461, the capital improvement. This is the capital improvements revolving loan fund. It also combined a bill that was further up in the House Bill 965, extending the repealer. It does that in this bill. This is the Senate language with the extension repealer in the bill. So are there any questions? Senator McMahon for a question.
Yes, sir. Wanted to thank you for bringing this bill forward. I've spoken with Director Cork at MDA, and he's anxious to help municipalities across the state with this fund. He just wants to be sure that that monies are appropriated so that they can fully support the project. And so really, it's more of a statement asking all their just to be sure we all are aware what this bill does. It will help our municipalities. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further questions or comments on the bill? Seeing none for a motion. Motion is title sufficient to pass as amended. All those in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed? The ayes have. The ayes have it. Motion to rise and report. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. Rise and report.